A common dilemma that I experienced when I was younger, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I was a bit lost. I was a first generation Mexican American in the United States. My parents immigrated from Mexico, so I was always trying to identify what I wanted to do with my life. And I get it, man. Like, when you don't have that vision, it can be a bit overwhelming and you're stuck with a lack of purpose and a lack of meaning. So in this video, what I want to do is I want to talk about that strong why, identifying that purpose and that mission that's going to give you that drive, that focus, and that fulfillment that as men we desperately need. So every man has to have a strong mission and purpose to become the best version of themselves. This is something that I picked up from my mentor, Elliot Holz. The best version of yourself, that's going to be the version of yourself that you maximize, that you actually push your limits and you get to that version. And it's something that it might not be attainable, but there's a great quote that I like by Vince Lombardi where he says something along the lines that we can never reach perfection, but if we try hard enough, we can sure as hell reach excellence. And that's the point, I think, of life, that we're never going to be perfect. But if we try hard enough, if we're creative, we're persistent, we persevere, and we give it our 110%, we can at least hope to catch that excellence. The reason why it's so important is because it gives you focus, it gives you drive, and it also holds you accountable so you can reach your goals. So let's start off with that first one, focus. You have a clear purpose in mind, you know what you're working for, and you're able to prioritize that effort. And this focus allows you to prioritize your time and your energy to ensure that you're putting it into your goals. You're not letting it, distract you. And this is the problem that I had when I was in my early 20s, when I was in college. Since I was the first generation Mexican American, I was the first one of the first ones in my family to go to college. And since I was the first one exposed to the college lifestyle, I would get distracted going to parties, talking to girls, the typical problems that a college guy experiences when they're barely going through that phase of their life. That wasn't the best use of my time and energy. So having that strong why and purpose allows you to not get distracted by those energy leaks that can happen when you're attempting to accomplish your goals. The second reason is drive. When you have that goal in mind that you're passionate about, it gives you a lot of drive so you can go and accomplish it. That drive is powerful because it motivates you whenever you feel like not getting up in the morning, whenever you feel like giving up. You remember that strong why, that purpose, and it gives you drive so you can try again and try harder the next time. Failure is part of the game, setbacks is part of the game. If you're not failing in some type of way, then you're not really making any progress. So that drive will get you back on track, but having that strong purpose and mission reminds you that you have a bigger goal that you want to accomplish. And the third reason is accountability. When you have a strong mission, it holds you accountable. At the end of the day, if you don't accomplish your mission, if you don't accomplish your own goals, you're letting yourself down. You have to hold yourself accountable. At the end of the day, you're trying to make yourself proud. This gives you a standard to live up to, and this accountability allows you to stay focused and on track. Even when shit hits the fan, when you're facing challenges or obstacles, this accountability just reminds you that it's about your goals, it's about you, and where you want to take your life. And it also just ensures that you're always working on becoming that best version of yourself. Remember, it's all about cultivating that mindset that you're always growing and you're always just trying to strive to become the best version of yourself. So when you have that accountability, you know that in the morning when you wake up, you have some shit to go accomplish, you got some goals that you need to go conquer that day, and you just feel good about yourself because you're always reminded that you're doing this for a higher purpose, and it gives you more motivation to actually get up and go accomplish your goals. All right, so we identify why it's important. So now we're gonna talk about some solutions. How can we actually implement this? All right, so some ways that you can identify your strong why, your burning desire, is to explore your passions. Actually ask yourself, what are you passionate about? Is it baseball? Is it mixed martial arts? Is it technology? Is it fitness? Whatever it is, start asking yourself those questions. Think about what makes you feel alive, what gives you that sense of fulfillment. Sit down, make a list, and write to yourself, what do you like to do? And what are you most passionate about? Like, for example, in my life, I like mixed martial art, I like tech, I like development, I like project management. There's a lot of things that I like, cybersecurity. I like making videos, I like being creative, I like traveling, So you can try to mix all of those things that you like and put them together, and then you can identify if there's some type of passion that you can bring out of it, some type of strong mission and purpose out of those passions. The next thing is to reflect on your own personal values. And this is up to you. This is all about the values that you grew up with, the values that were instilled by your family, by your culture. Like for example, me, I grew up Catholic. I tried to instill a lot of the Catholic values that I have into my lifestyle, to my videos, and I try to show that discipline. I try to show the importance of family, the importance of giving, the importance of generosity and gratitude. And you can try to incorporate those values into whatever you're passionate about. Reflect on your values. This is again your beliefs, your principles, your morals, whatever is most important to you. It can be your religion, it can be your culture, it can be where you grew up, your city, your town, your country. Whatever it is, really think about those morals and principles and think about how you can implement them into your passion or your mission. And then the third one, this is probably one of the most important ones, is to identify your strengths and also your weaknesses. When you identify your strengths, you can focus on what actually makes you more of an asset, what makes you a weapon towards your goals. Here you can identify your skills, your talents, and your abilities, and actually think about how you can leverage them to make a positive impact on the world. So for example, if you like to make videos, if you're creative, you can start making a YouTube page, you can start posting videos on TikTok, on Facebook, whatever. You're starting to use that creativity. If you're better with numbers, you can focus on the accounting part of a business. If you're better at public speaking, you can focus on marketing and public relations. So you really need to identify what you're good at and see how you can leverage that to your advantage. As far as your weaknesses go, it's also helpful to identify where you need help at. When I was younger, I had a harder time talking to girls because I didn't really know what to say. And the biggest solution to that was to actually just go up, approach them, break the ice, and have that conversation. The next thing is to set goals. Setting goals is very important, and this is something that I notice a lot of guys don't do. They just kind of wing things, or they don't really think about like different outcomes. But setting goals is very important because again, it gives you that accountability to reach that goal. And the fifth one is to seek inspiration, and this is just to try different things and also surround yourself with different people. This could be mentors, this could be just friends that are doing different things. These people will inspire and motivate you, and a great way to do this is to just listen to podcasts, read a lot of books, and these would be like mentors and role models that you want to model your life after. And the sixth is to practice self-care, and this just means that you're taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health. So here you can engage in activities like lifting weights, going training MMA, sparring with your boys, relaxing, meditating, going for hikes, going out to nature. It gives you that clarity of what you actually like to do. You're forced to reach stillness. In that stillness, you can find those nuggets of wisdom that you can't get when you're in a world that's always moving, that's constantly a lot of noise. You need to reach that stillness, and it's very helpful by practicing this self-care. And the seventh is to experiment and take a lot of risks. In high school, when you graduate high school, when you're in your early 20s, this is a great opportunity to take a lot of risks because you can always bounce back if you need to. But just experimenting and taking risks is very helpful because you're actually pushing the thread on things, and you're getting to really experiment on what you want and what you like. When you start pushing that needle, it gives you a lot of confidence because you're exploring different things, but you're actually taking that risk. And a lot of people don't take that risk. They try to play it safe, they want that security, but taking that risk, it's very helpful when you're trying to identify that strong mission and purpose. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, don't be afraid to fail. Embrace that learning process and just use it to evolve. All right, so there you have it. These are just a couple of reasons why it's very important for every man to identify their strong why, purpose, and mission. This is going to help you become more successful. It's going to help you reach that strongest version of yourself. Your health is most important, your spirituality. If you're generous, if you're a good person, if you're grateful, that's also very important. I do believe that whenever you're trying your best in identifying this mission and purpose, it should at least return some type of monetary value to you so you can actually live a fruitful life. But it's also important to note that it's not just about the material things. It's also about living a fulfilling life, a life that you're grateful, a life that you're helping other people, generosity. that you're actually making a positive impact in the world. Like, I didn't have everything growing up. I had to really struggle when I was younger. And I remember that I always wanted to have that mentor that guided me in the right place. So that's the big reason why I make these videos. That's my positive impact to the world. This is the big reason why I started this YouTube channel. For you, it could be completely different. Maybe you like to take photos. Maybe you like to interview people. Maybe you like to work on technology that can improve the life of millions and billions of people. Whatever it is, try to identify that strong why, and I think this is a great framework so you can get started. If you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it. Go ahead and give us a like, and also smash that subscribe button. I'll catch you all in the next video. Stay strong, stay relentless, and keep on conquering. Peace.